This whole video is for the fillet command in the sketch window here. For the 3D modeling version of the fillet command, click here. Let's get started. So we're going to use the fillet tool right here, and Fusion is smart enough to connect 2 points to make this a slot. This is if the lines are parallel. If you need a reminder on the constraints, I have a video here, and as you can see, it trims it to fit. If the 2 lines are at a funny angle, Fusion will connect them with the fillet. So look at this. We can move this slider up and down to find the solution we like. Now, if 2 lines happen to cross each other, the fillet command actually puts a circle between them and then trims them. Likewise here, we have 2 circles. You can see that if we were to extend these arcs, they would cross. This will actually solve, and then of course give us the slider. Okay. Now we can push the space bar to return to a command we were just at. So again, this is the same thing here too. This is just 2 curves that happen to touch. And of course, we can look through different solutions here. Let's go to this solution here. I don't know if you've ever had to draw 2 circles touching, but the fillet command makes short work of that. And the nice thing is, if you click 2 in a row, it will copy the same dimension. That was, of course, a right click to access that menu. Now for corners here, it's the same idea. You can click one side or another to put a fillet in, or you can come to the corners and it'll populate a little dot, and they all can move in and out at the same time. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to right click and hit OK. If I don't want these to match, I'm going to left click and it's going to populate a menu, and you see how equal constraint comes up? That's the way I can select it. And now I can delete it. Now watch this. Now I can move this one independently of the rest to find the shape that I want. I even went so far as to look at splines here. And what was interesting was it would solve them. Now, I never really understood the way that it would solve them. It didn't really always make sense to me. And it doesn't always close them, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to hit a quick escape because with the spline tool, oops, I've grabbed myself. With the spline tool, you can always grab the end and you can work and finesse it. So this might be an edge case. If you hit the hotkey F, it'll send you out to your 3D modeling section and it'll populate the fillet command. This is frustrating because it's not a hotkey to get it to you while you're in your sketch mode. Let me move aside here, right? Because I exited out of that, I'm still in sketch mode. And so I wish they had a hotkey for that. The reason we would put a fillet in just the sketch mode on a corner, the reason we'd put a fillet in is something that we just want to keep 2-dimensional. So for example, if I hit E and we're going to extrude this, this is probably all the more we want this part to look like. We don't want it to be anything more complicated than a 2D shape that happens to have a 3rd dimension. But if I come over here, I just made this quick lofted triangle here. I'm going to hit F. And if you see a variable thing like this, again, this is going to be like a 6-minute video here. But what we do is we can unlock all sorts of new and crazy shapes where we can have a fillet in a 3rd dimension, not just happen to be a 2-dimension. So you can check out that link right here. A quick parenthetical here. If you want to create a slot, there's actually a command in here for that, where you just lay out some points. Fillet command works really well in 3D mode. So for example, I made this structure that I want to turn into a pipe, and it works like a charm. I made a pretty rough angle here. It seemed to solve it just fine. And these are, the main thing is you have to stay within planes for it to work reasonably well. And of course, it works on these different solutions here. These lines happen to be in the same plane. it gets really, really frustrated if and won't work if you're in two different planes and everything's not just so, but it trims like the 2D version and it seems to work really well. I made a troubleshooting guide so you can figure out what's keeping you from extruding. Click the link below.